Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to our final spoiler video for Winds of the Ominous Moon. So we got the entire set spoiled tonight. So we're going to be going over the remainder cards that we did not go over during our spoiler videos up to this point. And then we'll go over our overall thoughts and stuff of the set at a later point during our podcast, and you'll probably get hints of it in some other videos we do as well. But this one we're going to strictly go over the cards, so we're going to go ahead and go right into it. So we're going to start with fire cards. Oscar, you want to start us off?
Yep. First one up will be Lava Majin. 2 cost, red, 6/5, and it's a Wicked Spirit. Which is
Oh!
Yeah. It says whenever this card is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target J/Resonator.
That's alright.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Anything for Welser is amazing. So
he looked really way cooler in the like regular art you were sharing, Oscar.
Yeah.
He looks much less impressive now.
Yeah. He's not as cool. All right.
Next, Joey.
Firebow Elf. She's a 5 cost, 8/8. She's an elf. Interesting. When this card enters the field, it deals 800 damage to target J/Resonator.
It's really good in limited format.
Yeah, pretty pricey.
Really cool art.
Yeah, I don't think I'd play it.
I'd play it in limited. I'd 100% play it in limited.
Oh well, if I didn't have anything else to play, I'd definitely play it. Like, she's not terrible at all.
Yeah.
Like 8/8 is like a 3 cost can beat her.
Didn't we see a chant that was what 2 costs red or something? Put Resonator in play or something? Or was there requirements or something?
No, there wasn't. So I guess that could be good, but then it goes back to your hand or whatever, or wisdom game after that.
Yeah, but the enter effect is the main thing.
Right. 3 costs. Like, it's 3 costs.
Yeah, I wonder why it's only an 8/8.
Like,
that's so weird.
Yeah, it's super low.
Yeah. Alright, next is Mount Hoel Bodyguard Squad. It's a 1 cost, 2/5 Dragonoid. Alright. Whenever this card blocks, recover it, and it gains +3 until end of turn. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Nice defensive mechanism.
Be a little more interesting if they had like first strike, so they can keep living in case it stacks up that damage.
Not for 1 cost, no.
Yeah.
First strike only works on attack.
Oh, true. I don't know why I got that mixed up.
I think it's cool to have a defensive mechanism instead of red and Kirik and all that.
Yeah, but like it can only block maybe twice, like not with 500 defense.
Well, I mean, yeah, but there's also other stuff you could do for it, like especially if you do something to make it not die as easily or last a little bit longer. Then you can just keep recovering and blocking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Next, Oscar.
Next one, I have to say I did not like the artwork on this one.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's a little weird. But it's a 3 cost Earthquake 8 Observer. He's an 8/8 human. Whenever your opponent plays a chant, this card gains +2/+2 on barrier until end of turn.
So that's kind of cool.
This card's really, really good, by the way.
I wouldn't say that, but it's kind of cool.
He's a 3 cost 8/8 that pretty much can't be killed by like targeted stuff. And he's almost immune to like combat tricks because he gets +2/+2 whenever your opponent tries to trick you or fuck you up.
Yeah, but if think of it this way, if he was a 3 cost 8/8 vanilla with barrier, that it's still not that. It's a pretty decent card at that, but it's not that impressive. And he has a prerequisite to get that barrier. And then as an add-on,
I'm mainly talking about limited. Like I wouldn't play this card in like constructed, but like the whole point of this guy is that like you can't remove him with like any removal that's targeted. Like, and there's not a lot of like. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in like that you can use. Like there's no board wipe in this in the limited format that kills him. And
there is.
In limited?
Spoiler.
I've already seen all the cards, so double spoiler.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Next.
What card is it?
We'll see in a sec.
Next up, Joy.
Dragon Hunter.
That's a cool looking card.
Damage to a dragon or beast, it deals double that much damage instead.
You broke up, Joey. Say that again.
If this card would deal damage to a dragon or beast, it deals double that much instead, and has swiftness precision. Actually, I really slept on this card when I first saw it. I'm gonna add it into my little list.
It's not bad because that counters Keurig a bit because Keurig runs a crap ton of beasts, potentially. And having swiftness and precision, I think that's a pretty good card.
The swiftness is really nice, and it's
I would consider it a
pretty
good card as well. It's pretty awesome.
I like it.
Definitely. It's interesting that it's an uncommon, but all right, yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, next up we got Power Spike. This is a 4-cost chant battle arts. As an additional cost to play this card, remove 5 strength counters from your J ruler. This card deals 12 damage to target opponent. So as people were saying, this is just a crappy version of Magic Impact, essentially. Magic Impact is a 4-cost 1100 damage to your opponent. Doesn't target your opponent, so it gets around barrier and things like that, and you don't have to spend 5 strength counters to get it. The only upside of this one is it does 100 more damage, and because it's a battle arts, it's easier to search out inside of a Keurig deck, but there's this. The other one wasn't played. This won't be played. This is.
Yeah.
It'll be played inside of limited, but that's it.
Card sets.
Yeah, card sets get good. Speaking of, Joey.
Next one, Eruption, the 3-cost chant. This card deals 800 damage to each J/Resonator.
So it's a good thing that the guy gains +2/+2.
Yeah, but you said, didn't you specifically say 800 on the field? You asked if anything did 800 damage.
I said nothing can kill this guy in
limited.
In limited, yeah. This doesn't kill him. It just because he gains +2/+2 before.
All right. It's a pretty decent card, I think. 3-cost, being able to deal 800 damage to J rulers and resonators, especially with a decent amount of J rulers we have now that are at 800 or below as far as their defense and stuff like that. I think it's not bad. Yeah, there's a decent amount. I didn't say there's a. Imul is one off the top of my head.
Well, Imul doesn't J activate.
Scarlet's another off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I just said a decent amount. I just named off 2 within 3 seconds, so you suck my dick.
That's not a decent amount, and those I don't consider those played. I do think Eruption is really nice, though.
Yeah. Moving on to water.
Yes.
Who's up next? Who's talking about this?
I just did it, so it's Joey.
All right.
Yeah, give me a second to.
This is kind of cool looking. Kind of reminds me of IU art.
Analyst of the Ocean Floors, Allosaurus.
I was about to say you remind me of Allosaurus.
Yeah, 3-cost blue, 6/7. He's a wizard. He has one time mana.
Time will.
J resonator gains +4/+0 until end of turn.
-4. -4.
Is that -4?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like this card anymore. 3 mana. Return target non-magic stone, non-J ruler entity to its owner's hand.
I don't know how how consistent that is. So is that good? Yeah. I don't remember.
I mean, you have a couple of producers of it, so we'll see.
Like this is terrible in limited, but.
Oh yeah, because you can't fucking pull the ruler that goes with it. Yeah, so much for a limited format now that I'm thinking about it. All right.
Well, I mean, there's still like a handful of combos you can do, but like this next card,
Witch's Lament, which is a 2-cost chant. Produce 2 time will. Spend this will only to play activate abilities to pay mobilize costs or awakening costs of chance. Alright, so that pays for the previous guy.
Yeah, but like.
But it's a so 2-cost to produce 2 will. Yeah, no, that's terrible.
It's only useful in like stuff that really needs that extra like 2.
Ooh, Oscar, you'll like this one.
Next one up, Drifting Little Moon. It's a 1-cost 5/5 moon/treasury item. This card cannot attack, and tap. This card deals 400 damage to target arrested resonator. Rest 4 Drifting Little Moon you control, destroy target resonator.
That's pretty cool for a Kaguya to get a little bit. I think that's a good card to run inside of Kaguya.
Oh, I didn't realize this is a treasury item.
And a moon. Ooh. A moon and a treasury item. Ooh. So it works with the other card that works with moons. But that's pretty awesome.
I really like this is like a pseudo bow.
Yeah, that's true. I really like the art of it too. The art's really nice.
I feel like this could honestly be like really playable actually. Like especially, are we losing bear magic in the next cluster?
Yeah.
There goes Joey's idea.
Well, does Vingolf 3 have bear magic, or did they not reprinted?
No.
It did, but that goes with Lapis Cluster
Yeah.
as well.
Vingolf 3 was in Lapis cluster.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Does anyone have a Vingolf in this cluster?
No.
Oh.
Man, Joey,
Next,
you
you've been Jesus.
I'm all over.
You should. You know what? There's this channel you should watch called TCG Scrubs. They'll fill you in on a lot of this information.
It's like I knew all that. I was just double checking.
Next up. Who's next?
Does that mean
Sure.
lightning waterfowl? 3 cost, 8/8 flying. This card gains swiftness
Beast.
and barrier as long as the weather is thunderstorm, and it's a beast.
Oh, so 3/8 swiftness and barrier and flying.
4/3. That's not bad.
Yeah,
Mm.
especially inside of a blue deck, having being able to get
If it's
swiftness.
thunderstorm, yeah, it'd be really strong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's pretty
Thunderman
easy to get
Shield.
thunderstorm at this point, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was still pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I like it too.
Yeah, I think it's great. I like it. Next up is the Witch's Minion. This is a 2-cost 6/6 Cthulhu. At the beginning of your main phase, produce 1 time wheel. Spend this wheel only to play activate abilities, mobilize, or waiting cost of chance. Alright, so we're sort of seeing an engine coming into play here for time wheel. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't care for the art of this engine.
Oh, hold on. I like the artwork. It reminds me of those guys from Zelda. The rock guys.
Joey, does it remind you of the rock
Gorons?
guys?
The Gorons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Just
yeah,
it's in the face mostly. The body type
it's
obviously
all in the
not.
face and a
Yeah.
little bit of the body type.
Are the rock guys not as swole as this guy?
Yeah, those rock dudes are just like fat blobs.
They're super swole though.
Yeah.
They're like big.
There's some strong
big.
ones, I guess. I'm used to the Ocarina of Time, and I kind of just saw them as just fat blobs.
Well, they're still swole though in Ocarina of Time, just less swole.
Here,
Are they just thick? No, I'm not inserting any pictures. No.
They're,
No.
He's inserting a picture for you guys. You better make sure he does it. If he doesn't, say why, call him.
All right, next card. Oscar.
Sorry, I gotta start finding pictures. Next card is Magic Soldier of Time. 2-cost 7/7 Golem. Mobilize of 1 time wheel.
Oh,
Whenever this card attacks or blocks, draw a card and then discard a card.
that's not bad.
yeah. When I first saw this, I thought it was whenever this card attacks or blocks, draw a card, and I was like, what? This is super good. And then I read it again, and I was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
I mean, you can make that work to your advantage, especially if you have cards that work inside the discard pile.
Look at that. Look at those biceps, Oscar.
All right, moving on. Joey, next card.
Meditation. 4-cost, quick cast, chant, rest all resonators. I like this.
Yeah.
All
That's pretty
right.
cool.
Yeah,
Especially
I like this a lot. There's been other 4-cost like rest all resonator cards, like in the past that I feel like no one ever plays.
Mhm.
But
I think with the amount of interaction with Rusted Resonators we have right now, I think this could be good. I can think of at least 1 or 2 chants that destroy Rusted Resonators and a Resonator that destroys a Rusted Resonator.
I mean, you could. This could this functions with a lot of different ways. So like you can like get in like one final big attack to end the game. Like you can basically like stall out on
This could be great in an IU deck as well. Not great, but it could be useful.
Possibly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that's all for blue. Moving on to light.
We going to light. Do we not have
Yep.
green?
Oh, hello. So we've got Gemblade Amethyst. It's a 5-cost 1,000 panda. You may pay 1 void less to play this card for each gem you banish this turn.
So, Colin, that's how good is that? How often
I think that's potentially good especially if you're playing like I tend to play stockpiling, but
You know what?
I stockpile and then I J-activate. For example, my deck that I play is I stockpile gems so I can J-activate and burn the field and swing in for the game or something like that with my panda. I can do that. I can burn 3 darkness gems to minus your field, and then I get to play this guy for 2. after I burn those 3 gems is one example. The more, you know, efficient example is ones where you actually run a bunch of resonators, so you're banishing gems to destroy your opponents or resonator or remove them from game. Some of the card variants of those cards, or maybe you're using Gem Mallet Panda to banish 3 gems to produce 2 Light Will to play this card, for example, would be a great use of this. Or a good combo. So I think this has the potential to be really cool inside of a Panda deck.
Yeah,
I like it.
I always kind of feel like Pandas always have these very specific like ways to shortcut to get big resonators, but then it doesn't, like, you know, like Rose Quartz is playable on like turn 2 and turn 3 and stuff. Like this card's playable on turn 2 and turn 3. It's like, I don't know. It just never seems like
the people. Like it is enough. I think the only thing that's missing from making it super out there is any type of passive barrier or a way to give barrier to Pandas built inside the deck outside of things like Winds of Gold or Magic Suites and stuff like that, which are fine, but nothing's passively built in with barriers. So everything in this format with all the reso hate is super easy to kill, and I think that's where it suffers, which is why I'm trying to go all in on the J Ruler.
Yeah, there's also a lot of like banish effects. So like, even if say you decide to slot in like 0 and like you get 0 online like fast enough, it still like doesn't stop any banish effects.
Yeah,
especially with the flourishing hope.
So next up we have Zhang Zhang's Bodyguard.
Ooh.
Cost 100 700 Panda with barrier.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Gain a gem of any attribute.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
For a Panda deck.
Yeah, a 2 cost that you get the light gem when it enters because Panda, it's got barrier and a high defense, so it's just a gem creating engine, so you can just run a playset of these and then dedicate the rest of your deck to other stuff since you have a passive engine built into it.
Interesting, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Until they hit you with that 3 cost volcano card and do 800 to your field.
Yeah, all those people are going to be running that card.
or just make you banish it.
Yeah.
Next one is Oscar, right?
I just did this one.
Yeah, next one's Joey.
Sorry. Yeah. Beast of Light. 3 cost, 5/5. This card gains +1/+1 for each gem you control.
Lame. Nah, I hate it.
Why?
Because there's a panda that does the same thing, but it's also a panda, so it gets all the effects of being a panda and the extra gem create. Yeah, there's a panda that's, I forget what its base stat is, but he's a 3 cost that gains 100 for each different, I guess not each gem you control, each different attribute you control. Yeah. So he gains up to +5/+5. So he has higher potential, but he has a beast, so he doesn't have the passive generation. He doesn't get the buff from Orphica or work with Rose Quartz or anything like that. So I don't.
Yeah, but like you get like 3 gems on this guy, and he gets super big. Like the other guy, it's like among. Each
You're also counting on yourself just stockpiling and not spending gems, like.
But like okay, like don't you start with a gem?
You start with a gem.
Yeah. Then turn 1, you're probably gonna play like a panda.
Maybe.
Like, turn 2, you're probably gonna play like 2 more pandas, and then 2 of those pandas are gonna get you more gems. So like that's like 7 gems, and this guy's like a 12/12.
I don't know how we got the 7 around there. I counted up to like 4. In which case we got a 3 cost 9/9 vanilla, but. I disagree. I don't think it's great.
You start with a gem, you play a panda, you get another gem. You play 2 more pandas, you get 2 more gems. And those pandas are like pandas that get you gems, like other gems.
Joey's assuming I have a great ass hand. All right. Point is, he's decent. I wouldn't run him in my panda deck.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Alexandrite's Crash. 2 cost chant quick cast. Destroy target entity with total cost 4 or more. Huh.
I don't like this card.
I think that could be good, especially if we have a 4 cost magic stone or something. I don't know why the wording of that is like that, where now is the time where they decide not to put non magic stone entity, but
I mean you can kill additions with it. But
yeah, but they always say non magic stone, non J ruler entity, which includes additions. And this one, they're just like
4 cost or more.
That'd be cool if the cost of judgment counted towards this. So you could just be like 2 costs, you're dead. Yeah, it's all right. Great inside limited.
Yep. Last one up is Panda Carpenter, 3 cost, 8/8 Panda. When this card enters the field, destroy target addition. If you do, search your deck for an addition, reveal it and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck.
That's decent. I'd put it in my side deck for in case additions. I need addition hate. It's nice to have addition hate built inside of a Panda, and be able to search out additions. If I run an addition, I don't think I do, but you know.
Well, isn't the blue-white one that you considered running with your Pandas, or am I wrong?
Probably. I don't remember what it was now, but nah. I find it interesting how much support Panda is getting, but none of it's game breaking. Like if the type of support Panda is getting this consistent amount and the power level of it, imagine if it was this across the board for every ruler that from the set, like all the same power level and the same amount of support.
Yeah, and like the amount of Dark Elves that.
Yeah, like Dark Elves or Wicked Spirits and all this stuff. If they did that same amount and did it print Lorites, like golly.
Speaking of Lorite.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh boy. Who's reading this piece of shit?
It's Joey.
All right, Joey. Yeah, we're in fucking wind.
Okay. Lorite 7 Disciples. I like this card. 7/7. When this card enters the field or at the beginning of your main phase, this card gains +2/+2 swiftness, flying, first strike, precision, drain, or barrier until end of turn. If you control Lorite 7 Luminaries Astrologian, it gains all those abilities instead.
So if you control, I don't know, if you happen to cancel a person's ability as a reward, not a deficit, but a reward for canceling someone's ability for 1 and putting a free body on your field, essentially, you get to play a 3 cost 9/9 swiftness, flying, first strike, precision, drain, barrier, resonator.
Yeah, but it's only until end of turn. So
and at the beginning of your main phase, so every single turn it has all of those abilities.
So balanced.
It's fucking so stupid. Oh, I hate it. I don't know if this is a playable card, but it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Oh man, you went through all the trouble of playing that 1 cost quickness resonator that cancels every ability in the physically in the game. Oh, here's a reward for getting that, being able to pull that shit off.
You can cancel this card's ability with Lorite.
So, giving however they hopefully they ban Lorite. Do you think they'll ban Lorite at this point because this card's coming out?
I don't.
That would be fucking hilarious if they banned Lorite and then this card was released.
Right.
I was interested. I was looking at the US group and it looked like a lot of people, because I was afraid I was in an unpopular opinion. Looked like a lot of people, just not like from our podcast, just on their own, were agreeing that Lorite should be banned. And there was someone, I don't know if it was our comments section or somewhere else, that agreed that Lorite should be banned. So I was like, oh, that's nice that pretty much everyone agrees that Lorite should be banned for similar reasons that I was saying, where it just like makes the game, it stales out the game.
It does.
I am a little disappointed because I think this card looks really fun with Lorite. Like,
if Lorite wasn't ridiculously stupid strong, or maybe just a vanilla, like how in the same way that Charlatan or whatever her name was from the Star deck was just this vanilla, and she had this 1 cost chant that if she was on the field, you could search for any card you could in your deck that you control in the field, and you put it into your field. And it's like this cool interaction, but it's not crazy strong. But if you manage to get off, it's good. That's fine. Like if Lorite was just like a vanilla elf that was like a 2 cost that no one usually ran, but this suddenly made it viable, that would make sense. It'd be like, oh cool, you're bringing in a vanilla card and making it useful. But this is like, hey, that card you're already running a shit ton of, here's a card that gets ridiculously strong and benefits you off of playing a card that you're playing anyways. Like it doesn't benefit the game at all, because it's just benefiting a card that's already ridiculously strong, that's already being played. It would have been nice to see them spotlight something that wasn't going to see much play and comboing off of that.
Yeah. This is also already pretty good in limited also, because like it comes in the field and has swiftness. So like if there's anything out there, like you can just like start swinging in, and then like the turn after that you can just give it flying all day, or like drain, or like whatever you know. It's very
whatever the situation calls for. Yeah,
it's very
it's good.
Which is really nice.
All right, next. Winds of Salvation is a 3 cost quick cast chant aura. So this is an aura. Remove target spell from the game.
Yeah.
What?
I wanted to know how this worked.
What does that mean? How do you remove a spell from the game?
So if somebody was to, you know, play, you know, a cancel on you, and you're like, oh, you know what, remove it. Like, I'm thinking more bear magic. Somebody tries to bear magic you can just remove it from the game rather than going to the discard pile and coming back.
So it's basically a cancel.
Yeah.
The thing is, it doesn't say it cancels, so I don't think it cancels.
So,
which is very interesting.
Oh.
well, no, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
But
Does
it
it?
has to.
No,
Because there's another card that we had before, where you returned a card to your opponent's hand, and it was a green cancel, but it didn't cancel the card, and but the ability didn't happen either.
Well, they might have a different. I'm thinking honestly, it might be like that. I don't really know.
If this essentially cancels the card without canceling it, but it gets to remove it from the game as well, at least at 3 cost.
Yeah, I don't think it's any stronger. Like it's a little.
No, I think it's still stupid. Because, like Oscar said,
Final Breeze, 2 costs, return target spell to owner's hand. Also, because you did that, it was no longer on the chase, meaning it essentially canceled the ability.
yeah, as a way around canceling.
Yeah, I don't remember how Magic deals with this.
Because the problem is, it gets around remnant stuff. It gets around, you know, stuff that can recycle from the graveyard and all that stuff for 1 cost more. I could see this being played, especially with inside of an aura deck. The thing that's in my head is like, it's essentially a cancel. So we got another cancel card.
It says spell, so that means resonators or summon spells. So you can hit a resonator too.
Yeah, you can hit anything they're playing.
Yeah,
is a spell.
Yeah.
I was thinking like my first thought was from Yu-Gi-Oh. There's a like it's a whole like mystical space typhoon doesn't negate. It just destroys. So like the effect still goes off.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we have a card for reference, just that Final Breeze.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's worded really well. Like, why wouldn't it just say cancel target spell and remove it from the game?
Because it's not canceling, so it stops cards like the other green one we saw that says this card cannot be canceled. This gets around it.
Oh wow, that's funny.
So I think this card will see play. And also, we didn't need fucking more cancels, but whatever. That's just me.
All right, next one up. This artwork cracks me up. But Leaf Fairy, 2 costs, 4/5, Elemental Fairy. It has flying. It says when this card enters the field, draw a card.
That's not bad for an elemental. Elementals are usually pretty vanilla, so it's cool that they have one that has an effect as well and flying.
Yeah, I mean, but like overall, I mean, like. For 2 costs to do that, I mean, isn't it better to run McKay? Just you look at top 3, then pick one.
No, not inside of a guild deck.
It depends. Like
I'm just talking about just looking at it in general, not just.
Well, no, because it's like looking at pandas. Like, I don't know. I don't think this card's really good. Well, it's good inside of a panda deck. Well, I'm talking in general. It's like, well, we're looking at a panda. We're talking about panda deck. This is the same thing. We're talking.
I'm looking at your pandas, just so you know.
We're looking at elemental. We're clearly talking about a guild deck. So inside of a guild deck, I think it'd be. I'd run this over seal.
They also do different things. Like this guy is flying and is 4/5. So like he's gonna be attacking, and like McKay is never gonna be attacking.
That's true.
And it can be cycled in and out and stuff. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They're different, but like I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I'd run this in a guild deck either. Like,
yeah.
It seems a little like it doesn't do enough for like at its cost. I don't know.
Who's up next?
I am. Windblade Elf. 2 costs, 6/6. 1 green elf. This card gains +1/+1 until end of turn.
That's terrible. All right, next.
I don't think it's terrible, but it's not very good.
Uh-oh. The last audience. A 1-cost 0/7 doll. Your opponent must block this card if able. Your opponent must attack this card if able. What?
This card's really funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. That feels kind of strong to me.
I like it. I also thought he looked up to
really
I like the card, but as a doll, that'll go inside of a Sherry deck.
So Sherry makes all dolls quick cast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this.
In response to them entering the battle phase, you can play this card.
Yeah. I think this card's probably gonna be too good.
Yeah. They better be banning Sherry. That's all I'm gonna say.
The thing is though, the only good thing about this card is like you can't make them block this card unless the card attacks.
Correct. It's not. It's not casters where you have to attack. You can choose not to attack.
You have to rest this card in order for them to have it as an attack.
But you can do kind of cool stuff with it, like buffing it or giving it if they introduce a card that is able to passively give a card death touch or something like that. It could be kind of interesting if you're able to combo something.
It depends on how they do death touch. Like this card doesn't deal any damage, so like in Magic you wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Do any damage to it, but like the thing is like this card, I feel like it's probably gonna be too good because like it does too many stuff. Like it comes down.
I'm gonna
and, like block something.
Well, yeah,
so it's just super. It's like super tempo-y.
It's what I always say. Like this as a doll, a 1-cost 0/7, right there. That's pretty good. A 700 defense 1-drop. But because it's green, they kept on going, and they had a line that says your opponent must block this card if available. And it's like, all right, cool. You got a 1-drop. That's pretty strong. We'll stop there. And they're like, no, we'll add one more line, and they add the second line. It's like, I don't know. They just keep going and going, especially with green cards and adding effects that don't need to be added, regardless of how strong the card is. It's still stupid.
I feel like the must block this card is if able is kind of needed. Like otherwise, it just doesn't do anything. It has no it's just a blocker, and I don't think that's any good.
I think a 1-drop blocker is good.
This in the field rested on your opponent's turn. And like Amatrash's Foresight, they have to swing into it with everything, but no damage happens.
Yeah, it's basically a new version of Arthur Pendragon.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it doesn't kill everything off, but yes.
Yeah.
And it's not killing anybody, just your opponent's just leaving
rested.
Well, and then all their stuff is rested, and you get to do shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying like Arthur would just kill everything that attacked it.
I mean, even if it's recovered, stuff with precision has to attack it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I think this card is a little. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but
if they ban Sherry, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's still dumb, but
my gut reaction is like this is too good.
Yeah.
If Sherry is if they keep Sherry, I don't know. It's just more control and more stall and more options for her, and they're really good options, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
so next up is Demon in the Moonlight, 2-cost 6/6 Demon. 1-time will, this card gains precision until end of turn. Or 1-time will, this card gains, when this card deals damage to a J/Resonator, destroy that J/Resonator until end of turn.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's alright.
Because you can give it precision and then swing into something and give it that second effect.
Yeah.
And then swing into their J-Ruler or something like that.
That's true.
Especially, I think there's a card inside of a dark card that gives stuff flying, isn't there?
No.
Pretty sure. You guys are lying. I think it's pretty good though.
It's decent, yeah.
I think it's good.
It feels like it's meant to kill stuff, but a lot of the stuff it would be meant to kill it's just gonna die if it attacks. Does that make sense?
Next Joy.
Bloodied Winds, 3 costs, mystery chant. Resonators gain -6/6 until end of turn. If this card is awakened, resonators your opponent controls gain -6/6 until end of turn instead. Awakening, remove a mystery counter from your J-Ruler.
That's not bad inside of a dark deck.
Yeah. I think this card's kind of nice. I must have skipped this card. I like that it's board wipe B.
Mm-hmm.
With its first ability, you hit your own stuff, but then with the second, if it's awakened, it becomes
one mystery counter is not a high cost to get that second part.
3 cost isn't bad either.
Just run this with Alice's Mad World or whatever that field is, so they can't play stuff. Yeah, see, they can't play stuff early game. When they finally play stuff, you just drop this card on them and just keep their field wiped over and over again.
I might have to try some kind of board wipe mystery deck.
Yeah.
Because I also like the other 4-cost card that just destroys all resonators.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
This one's awesome. I like it just because it's a dark elf.
Ooh, I like the art on this one. This, the Resistor of Destiny, 3-cost 7/7 dark elf. When this card is put into the graveyard from the field, target J Resonator gains -3/3 till end of turn. It's okay.
But I just like it because of the dark elf.
Yeah, it's a dark elf and it's really cool art.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's alright.
Next one up, Requiem of the Soul. 1 cost chant. Put target resonator from your graveyard into your hand.
God, we have a shit ton of these. This is the third 1 cost darkness chant that puts a resonator from your graveyard into your hand.
It's not quick cast and modal like Spider's Web is, you know, which you have more options on. So it's okay.
Why would you run this instead of Spider's Web?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you probably run both. Like I'm getting the sense like this is like IU support, like hidden IU support that you run.
Oh, so you can just run 3, basically grave bouncers. That's a good point.
You can run like 5 or 6,
and then run the new IU card that bounces 3 souls or whatever.
Like, you can run this card. You can run Spider's Web. You can run Darkness Magic Crest. You can run
get on it, Oscar.
The IU one that returns 2 souls. Like there's a lot of bounce back to your hand.
That's a good point. Other than that, there's no reason to run this card.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Sleeping Vampire. 1 cost, 3/4 Vampire. At the beginning of your main phase, this card gains +2, 0, and flying until end of turn.
That's not bad. So it's a 5/4 1-drop flyer. I mean that's not too shabby.
Yeah. I think this is really nice and like limited, but otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if vampires make a comeback, this would be great inside of vampires.
Yeah, see a cool vampire or something or other soon.
Yeah. Who's next?
You.
Moonlit Canopy. It's a 3-cost addition. At the beginning of each player's main phase, that player loses 400 life. Nice. We got more of the support for Dark Elves, kind of, sort of.
I like it because it's like the other edition where each person only plays 1 card per turn or whatever it is.
That's pretty cool, yeah. And,
this would be really good in Epic Stories.
All right. Anyways,
and so the variants we have.
So these are variants of cards that we've already seen. So we've first got.
Oh God.
Oscar.
The variant dark one. So it's Essence of the Void, and it's a 3-cost 8/8 null. This card gains +2/+2 and precision until end of turn. And
no, just gains 200 and precision.
Okay, it's just the original said when this card enters the field, destroy target damaged resonator. So let's just look at the differences there.
Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah.
Joey.
I kind of like the other one, but better. Yeah, I like the other one a lot better. Variant Fire. Someone do?
Yep.
He's a 2-cost, Dread Touch, 6/6 with swiftness. Interesting. Probably better in like limited and stuff.
Dinosaurs, it's not bad.
Yeah. His other phase is the 2-cost Dread Touch, 4/6 swiftness. Whenever this card attacks a J resonator, this card gains +6/+0 until end of turn. You know what? I actually like this card better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it.
Next is Variant White. So this is a variant of Grimia's Fairy. This is 2-cost 6/6 Fairy Tale Fairy that has flying versus the normal one, which is a 2-cost 5/5 with flying and drain. All right, that variant is complete and utter shit.
Yeah.
Golly. All right, next one.
Variant blue is Wings of Ragnarok. So this is one we didn't get to go through yet.
Ooh.
So it's a 3-cost 7/8 dragon. Pay 1 blue, and this card gains flying until end of turn.
Lame. Oh, that's super lame.
Is so it's 3-cost 7/8 with 1 time will. This card gains +2/+2 and flying to it. So the time will in blue is a difference.
I would much rather play.
He's a fucking Ragnarok. Why is he not flying on his own? What the hell?
He's massive. Like I think for scale, if you put in a little normal character, they're like barely the size of his toe, probably.
Okay. Last we have the variant green, herbivore.
The variant
Herbivorous?
of herbivorous.
Herbivorous? Herbivorous? I don't know.
Silomosaurus.
I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, I know. Make sure you're on the right one, Joey.
Silomosaurus. 6-cost 0/15.
No, okay. The variant's a 6-cost 12/12.
I got it. It's a 6-cost 12/12 dinosaur. This card gains +1/+1 for each wind magic stone you control.
That's not bad for a dinosaur, especially with Scarlet being able to bounce dinosaurs in pretty easily. That could be pretty decent. The normal green. Was the normal green, Joy?
This card gains +3/+0 for each wind magic stone you control. Is 0/15.
+3/0 for each wind magic stone you control.
In my opinion, that variant's way better.
Yeah, I agree. I think the variant's better. Although I'd run both.
This card's probably better.
I'd run both probably. But do you run 5 stones and a Scarlet deck? Aren't you slowed down too much at that point?
It doesn't have to be a Scarlet deck.
You're gonna run dinosaurs in a non-Scarlet deck, a 6-cost dinosaur?
Doesn't the only thing Scarlet do is discard her dinosaurs?
Well, no, but she has utilities you run inside of her deck that cheats dinosaurs out.
Which are all black, essentially. Yeah. It's really a black green deck at that point.
So. Yeah, that's all the spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, real quick on that last one, I was hyped on it because it reminded me like of Jurassic Park and how.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
I like them. They're like, we're about to go away because we're going to Valhalla.
No, we were invited. We had the invitation.
We're way too fucking big. Then why'd they make the portal the size of a fucking bunny?
I'll get my head in. They'll invite the rest.
Yeah, just the portal is just like open and they're just sticking their long neck in, like, woo! I can see you guys. I'm part of this.
Pretty neat over here.
We have like
don't close it. Don't close it.
a resident that's just like partial Silamaris. It's just his head through a portal, just like nibble.
A great little like Easter egg would be like next cluster and like having Brontosaurus' head coming through a portal on the card.
This is stupid now.
Anyway, it's fun thing about.
But yeah, let us know what your guys' favorite card is from either what we just talked about or maybe the set as the whole. We'll be going into more details about our favorite cards and all that, like I said, during the podcast next week. But let us know what you guys think, especially about the set as a whole, now that you guys have seen every single card of what we've gone over in this video and all the past videos. And
my favorite card is Inherit of the Stars.
You guys are going to have an article coming up soon, right? That they can look at as well?
You guys. I'm having an article.
But
are you having an article, Colin?
I'm pretty excited for pre-release this weekend. Yeah, and yeah, let us know how you also think of this set compared to Time Spinning Witch, Advent Demon King, and Ancient Knights as well, how they all line up for you guys. But yeah, thanks you
it's
guys
fun doing spoilers. We'll see you guys next spoiler season. As well as our other videos that we have there on the channel.
Literally gonna see you guys in a couple hours.
Spoilers, which I know there's a small crowd of you. We'll see y'all next time.
Woo!